Okay, this is the lean-to project. It's not completely done yet, but it's just about complete. All right. Why did you want to build this?
Needed a little more storage for the compressor. The compressor's in the garage right now. It's kind of in the way. It's kind of noisy. So the compressor's going to go right here. It's sitting in the corner of the garage right now, right here. So it's going to go here. Flip the electrical box around. Put a weather-tight box on it. We'll have another panel, metal panel here. Others don't have any yet. So it'll block the south and the western sun. Compressor right there, out of the garage. The rest of this was just to have some storage. Have different racks and stuff that we use sometimes to paint motorcycle fenders and stuff. This old beat up engine stand. And to do all this on a budget. This was just nothing but budget. Stuff that's laying around, stuff that I found or I found for cheap. Metal panels that were left over from other projects, the horse corrals and stuff, all this. These were all kind of short, so I welded them together like shingles for what pieces I had. So I welded both sides together, saved some money. All the fence posts were just stuff that was laying around. The square tubing is all an old security screen door, heavy, thick gauge tubing, square tubing, and I cut it up. I bought it for real cheap. I cut it up and welded it on because the price of metal, even used metal, is getting to the price almost where it's not too far behind new metal. So that's something to watch out for. Because of with the price of everything going crazy, the way the world is, and the economy, because of certain stupid people running the country, this is what we have to do. The concrete was poured, as you can see, in 4 different sections. And it was done over a long period of time because I started it last summer when it was hotter than hell. And you can see I did 4 small sections so as not to get overwhelmed. I used a little Harbor Freight cement mixer to do a section. A couple weeks later, do another section, 4 sections. The post about 18 to 24 inches down in the ground, concreted in, and then the concrete poured over top of them.
And the posts were scrap that we had too, right?
It's just scrap that's been laying around. Sometimes I find stuff. Sometimes people are giving some scrap away for free. Sometimes it's stuff that we acquire. I buy it cheap, or it's from another project that we did away with. And that's what that is. It's the same with the horse corrals. I did that with kind of scrap, you know, finding stuff on certain websites and Craigslist and whatnot. And it's just all about trying to save money, you know, with what's going on in the country today and the world. So this was a very cheap budget. I haven't figured out a price on it yet. You know, I purchased the concrete and I purchased the square tubing, like I said, which was a security screen door. I really don't know what it cost me, but it wasn't much. Took a while because you start a project and then you get involved in just life's everyday occurrences and you end up having to do other things, you know, other projects or other things that are a necessity. So for the most part it's done. You know, I got to move the compressor and get this panel up and then just store some garbage under here, some stuff.
Well,
under here.
Needed stuff, the lawnmower.
Yeah, it's stuff that we need. I mean, in time, if we don't use it for a while, we'll end up selling it or.
I think it turned out pretty good for just scrap. Everything's pretty much scrap.
For scrap on a budget, it's perfectly fine. It'll work. This floor is very solid. It's a typical concrete floor. between about 4 inches thick. So yeah, it works well. You know, the water will run off of the roof of the garage, this hip roof. It'll run off of onto this and then out there. And that's a wash. That's a natural wash that goes through everybody's yard that lives on this street. So it'll keep everything dry and for the most part out of the sun, because temperatures here in the summer hit 115, 119. We've had 122 years and years ago. So just a little bit of protection from the elements.
Okay, so we did manage to find some more scrap galvanized paneling in the back. That was left over from another project. So Ken's just gonna tack it together, and then we'll use it for that little panel on.